Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich working with you to get rich with crypto, or maybe not, because I had Luna and Amir had Luna, and every week we looked at Luna and look what happened. So we're going to be looking at Luna. We're also going to be looking at another cryptocurrency that I am invested in, and I'm going to recommend to my friend Amir. And of course, we're going to be looking at the mother of all cryptos, which is Bitcoin. Plus, if you did lose money in Luna, I'm going to be talking about one way you can recover from the debacle.
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Get the Crypto.com Visa card. You can use this wherever Visa is accepted all over the world. Make sure you use my link to get a $25 bonus when you register. Link in the description below. Hey, Amir, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Thanks, Rich.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's been a tough few days, obviously.
It has been a few days.
We got to move on.
What
can I say?
Yeah, don't invest any more than you can afford to lose. Yes, and diversify. Nothing is guaranteed. And for those that are watching, I have invested in cryptocurrency projects and I have made money. And I've invested in cryptocurrency projects and I have lost money. So you're responsible for whatever decisions you make about where you're going to park your funds. And I would say, don't put all your eggs in one crypto basket and don't invest any more than you can afford to lose. Anything you want to say about Luna and what happened and what you think happened? And
what it boils down to is they were, and I don't know how to explain all the details, but they were in the midst of converting from the 3 pool to the 4 pool on Curve, which would have provided a lot more liquidity, but they weren't there yet. And because of that, it made it a lot easier for anyone to manipulate UST peg because there wasn't as much liquidity. And that's essentially what happened is they attacked the UST peg, and that started the spiral with Luna price. And the timing was, really bad for Luna, and they couldn't stop it. I mean, that's really what it is.
So we had this waterfall drop because I saw stuff that suggested that it was BlackRock and Citadel.
Yeah, I heard that as well, but I don't know how do you hang your hat on any of that?
Yeah, there's no way to confirm or deny it. They're not going to say it. But what I thought was curious, is that at the same time as UST and Luna were crashing, the European Union and the United States come out and saying, "Hey, listen, we need to regulate these coins."
Yeah. Like what a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, what a crazy coincidence. And I'm going to get a little bit. It's not conspiracy theory, but it could be a conspiracy prophecy. Because I think over the last couple of years, all the so-called conspiracy theories have turned out to be prophecies. Remember, the injections were safe and effective. There weren't going to be boosters. There wasn't going to be a vaccine pass. It's not going to lead to a social credit system. All prophecy. Listen to the conspiracy prophets. By the way, I'm recording a video on that, on how the media lie and manipulate and how stuff is obscured from our view. But you got BlackRock that are part of the WEF. And you got the WEF run with its planted stooges all over the place, determining policy, out to roll out a central bank digital currency with a biometric ID, which, by the way, is being tested voluntarily in Bologna, Italy. Isn't that nice already? And cash ATM machines disappearing in the UK and probably elsewhere, I bet, as well. So we get used to using more and more digital. And then you have stable coins, which are a real threat to central banking system. There you go. All our eggs in one basket. Is it going to recover? Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
I've got my little bit of Luna and just holding on to it just in case. But you're probably in your Ether wallet as well, Amir. You've got lots of coins and tokens that were airdropped that came to nothing. Okay, they just collect dust. They just collect dust on the blockchain. Okay, that's that for Luna. Let's have a look at Osmo. And why are we looking at osmosis? Well, this is a few days ago. I don't know now. It was the largest DEX in the fifth largest DEX in the cryptocurrency sphere. And you can see how the volume went through the roof with the LUNA UST debacle here. But it's not much to say, really. It has been impacted. The entire crypto space has been affected. And the trend is still bearish because it's below these indicators, the 50, the 100, and the 200 EMA. On the weekly, oh my God. Oh my God, Amir.
It's nuts.
It's completely nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're now in the 7th week of a downtrend. Not looking good, but it could be that we're in a bear market, and we'll have a look at Bitcoin in a moment. You can give me your thoughts on that. But, they're still paying, over 60% for staking? And what I remember from Binance in the last bear market, people still made money with Binance, because in a bear market, people go to exchanges to sell their cryptos.
Right.
One of the things that people may have been doing, and I've been doing anyway, and we'll talk about this in a moment, about how to make money, is I've been moving some of my Osmo rewards into Atom rewards, because there's an airdrop on the 20th of May to holders of Atom that are staking Atom. And I think Atom's pretty secure and solid. I think Osmo's pretty secure and solid. Anything you want to say or ask about this?
I think what you were showing me earlier with, getting onto the Kepler wallet and getting involved in the airdrops, and it's a low-cost way of building back up. So I think, that's something really worth doing now.
Yeah, and it is how I got started. It is with, $500 worth of Atom. That's how I got started in this ecosystem. And actually, I want to give a shout out to something else. This is a tweet from Martin Dering Anderson. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. I'm pretty certain I pronounced Martin correctly. And he's part of the eEuro project, which is e-money.com. I think that's right. I'll have the link in the description below. They have 2 tokens, eEuro, and they also have NGM. And eEuro is a stable coin which is pegged to the euro. And this is regulated, audited. I did an interview with their CEO a few weeks ago. That's on my channel. And they've had an increase in liquidity. So it's not all over for stable coins. And their stable coin is fully regulatory compliant within the Eurozone. And you can farm it on this pool here, pool 706.
Wait, you can farm it?
Yeah, you can farm it here. Yeah, no, you can farm it on pool 706, and I can show you the.
And the returns are how much? 50%.
So to find out the returns for any pool on Osmosis, go to dexmos.app. I put in here the token that I want to look for. Here we go. So with eEuro and USDC, if you bond it for a day, your annual APR is 50.36%. If you do it weekly on a yearly 14-day, you're getting 50.2%, 50.26%. So that's the same. So what's the advantage of farming 2 stable coins against each other, Amir?
No impermanent loss.
Okay. Because the price of them isn't really going to change. Oh, that would be good, especially, I suppose, in a downturn. But there's something else I want to show you, which is you can now farm ETH on Osmo. Using the Axelar bridge, or the Galaxy bridge, you can port your ETH over to Osmo, or you can use your Osmo rewards to buy wrapped ETH and then farm it within the pools there. And then there's none of the crazy transaction fees that are typical of ETH transactions. So I'm actually going to be converting some of my Osmo rewards to ETH so I can build up my ETH. That's good news. So let's have a look at Bitcoin.
What is that? Weekly? Daily?
This is the weekly. So what do you see here with your trading background? Because
there's no, it's like, so the macro environment is what's super negative. Most people would say, okay, we're at really good support. And a lot of people are going to start, nibbling now. The question is, if it doesn't really bounce off here, and we are having trouble staying above 30K, then if we start to consolidate here, that's going to be really bearish.
Right. Even a consolidation is bearish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the consolidation is going to show lack of conviction of BTC at this price level.
Right. Right.
It's going to show enough undecidedness that that's what the consolidation is. It's basically undecidedness between bulls and bears at this price level. And if there's undecidedness, the natural default is going to be bearish because of the macro.
Right. And the macro being what's happening with the rise in interest rates, the dollar
Everything.
supply chain disruption, the conflict in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So what a cheery time to live. Okay. No, I like that because you read candles in a way that I don't know how to, and that's because of your experience as a bond trader. However, don't take our investment advice. I don't trade. I just watch. Okay. And then we are still above the 200 weekly EMA, which is good. But the thing to notice, and Carl mentioned this, Carl the Moon on his video, today we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. We're now in the 8th week of a downturn.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time that happened.
Yeah.
Going back. Maybe somewhere here after the last, no, not even there. It doesn't look like it, right? After the last all-time high of just almost 20,000. So it's definitely bearish. And what we want is a bounce off. And then I did a video with Tom Luongo, who's also doing crypto analysis. And that's on my channel because I posted it yesterday. And he says what we want at the end of the month, we need Bitcoin to stay above 29,500 on the monthly. It's got to close above that on the monthly. Oops, I just lost the chart. Okay, Amir, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Hold on. Before you go, you said something about the bear market, which hadn't occurred to me, but it actually makes real sense because you said that this is good news. Now, what are you talking about? We all want Bitcoin to be 100 million, billion, trillion. Why is a bear market good news, Amir?
Because it gives people time to rebuild. That's what everybody wants right now. Is they want time to rebuild.
We were talking about how to rebuild before Amir and I came on, and I'm going to show you one way to rebuild, how you can start rebuilding your portfolio using the osmosis ecosystem, and in particular, the opportunity of airdrops. Now I'm going to go through this really quickly. One way to rebuild your portfolio or to build your portfolio is through airdrops. Now, I actually recorded this with Amir, but then I didn't save the recording, and now I'm doing it again to insert it in this video. But I cover the Cosmos projects quite a bit. So here's 3 airdrops that I got recently. So the snapshot date for this one, Fortis Economy, was 15th of December. And the minimum you had to have was 0.1 Juno. This was a fair drop, which means that regardless of how much you've got staked or delegated, whatever the qualifier is, everybody gets the same. So if you had 10 Juno or 100 Juno, you all got the same. All you had to have was 0.1 Juno. And how they're doing it is they're doing 20 weeks of airdrops of their token 5% FOT. Now, this was incredibly lucrative for me. In the first week and the second week, the amount that I got was equivalent of $400 worth of Juno. And in the last week, week 7, the 5% FOT that I got was worth 27 cents in Juno. And I've been staking it because the staking returns are really, really high. And I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't always follow all the projects because I end up with far too many projects. I focus on the ones that I'm interested in. Now, another airdrop was the Asset Mantle stake drop. And this was quite difficult because with this one, I had to do a quiz over many, many weeks. And then sometimes they ask you to vote on proposals. Sometimes they ask you to stake a little bit to get the rest. Asset Mantle's doing that. And they gave their stake drop, their airdrop to holders of Atom, XPRT, Luna, Stars, Juno, and Comdex. And the more that you held, the more that you got. So this was an airdrop, whereas Fortis Economy was a fair drop. And then there's another type of airdrop, which was Bitsong. Bitsong, I didn't have to do anything. The Bitsong tokens just turned up in my Kepler wallet. Really, really great. Very, very easy. And what Bitsong are doing are creating a holistic ecosystem for music creators and also for their fans. Now, there are so many airdrops happening, so many. 2 of the main sites that I go to, one is cosmosairdrops.io, and this shows the one that are upcoming. So, for example, this one is claimable from the 8th of June crypto zone, Fortis Economy from the 14th of April, Obscure Finance from April 2020, So I should be able to claim it now, but I had a look at it. I couldn't work it out. And it's going to be airdropped to anybody who held more than 5 secret tokens staked in their Kepler wallet. Decenter, they haven't announced when they're doing it. There's also Senators, Quicksilver, so many. The other website that I use is Cosmos Pug. And here you can see, look, this one's Evmos is claimable, Raw is claimable, King is claimable, Cronus is confirmed, claim date not confirmed, Coffee, Rumors, ASVT, loads and loads of airdrops. Have a look at this. This is mapofzones.com. Let me just refresh the page because it has a nice little animation. And here they come. These are the projects that are active on IBC, part of the Cosmos ecosystem. And there's a total of 46. And they all connect and communicate with each other to some degree. Now, this is the test net. You'll see what's coming. 197 projects in development. Many of them will expand their ecosystem or will, do airdrops to existing token holders of the other projects. So this is a really great way, I think, of rebuilding any wealth that you may have lost in Luna. Don't put all your airdrops in one particular token. The ones that I think are likely to qualify for the most airdrops: Atom, Osmo, Secret, Juno, and possibly Evmos as well. And there may be more as they all roll out different functionalities. For example, Chihuahua are adding smart contract functionality. It's going to be a smart dog that offers high staking rewards. So what I've been doing with the airdrops, some of them I've converted to Atom or Osmo or Juno or Secret so I can compound some more, get more airdrops. Others I've held on to because the staking rewards or the LP rewards are so high. Now, I did a couple of videos, which I'll link to in the description below, which explain how you can get started in the Cosmos ecosystem and also how you can stake and how you can do farming. So it's certainly worth taking a look, especially when you consider the compounding effect, which means in the matter of months, you can go from a very small holding to a much, much larger holding. All right, that's it. I hope you found that useful. Between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. Amir, thank you so much. Look forward to speaking to you next week. Comments, questions in the description below. All the best. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Ready to hop in the 6-4 and cruise around the blocks? There's a storm coming to the underworld and the heat is on. Take over the blocks and call the shots. It's time to hustle or get hustled. What's it gonna be? Stay sharp. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Don't let them catch you slipping. Only real gangsters thrive in the dope wars world.